All eyes on Doge. Big runner. To the moon. Whew. Doge still going up. All eyes on Doge. Still big runner. To the moon. Keep going up. Going up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Up. Movement in Doge. Dogecoin. Up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Up. Movement in Doge. Dogecoin. 42.60. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin.
Hey everybody, Kriss here. Welcome on a Sunday. How's everybody doing? We're holding on, right? Holding on. Here we go, another weekend. And it looks like we're kind of reaching support level. We'll talk about that. And we'll continue to monitor everything. You know, lately I've been doing a lot of posts on X about like Bitcoin and the crypto market and touching on other coins because there's not much going on with Dogecoin right now. I would love to sit here for an hour and just talk about Dogecoin the whole time. But there's not a lot going on right now. We're just waiting. We're just waiting. But we will look at a couple Dogecoin charts, and I'll talk about Doge. But also Bitcoin and ETH and some other things going on. But you know, it's just this is where we are right now. So what are you going to do about it, right? So we're going to talk about that as well. So welcome everybody again on a Sunday. Thanks for coming in. You know, it's kind of dead out there, isn't it? This is what Kook says. Crypto Twitter is empty. Everyone's given up. Everyone's given up. Is this the bottom? Now this is, you would think like, once it gets this empty, right? You're like, yeah. This is kind of feeling bottomish already just by, you know, the low sentiment, right? Just like, I get it. It's tough. And even in these live streams, right? I would normally have, you know, on average on a Sunday, like 200-300 people here. And it's like 32, right? Yeah, it'll probably get up into the 70s. We may not even break 100 today. This is bear market stuff. This is the type of live streams I had in 2022, 2023, when there was nothing going on. It went so fast, from early October when we were having a lot of people to now, 2 months later, and we're just, that's the way it is right now. So I'm glad you guys are here though. And you know, I'm going to keep it real. And I think that's why you guys come here too, is because I keep it real, right? I'm not going to be a moon boy, right? I'm not going to be like telling you all these things that I know aren't true. Like a lot of these guys on crypto Twitter, they keep posting the shit that they know is not true. And when I see it, I'm going to call them on it, like the Doge God like account, right? Because there was this thing about Department of Government Efficiency again. And, you know, when Elon said something about Doge, and it had nothing to do with Dogecoin. And yet, he posts, oh, Elon's talking about Dogecoin. No, he's not. He's not. It's like, dude, come on. Let's keep it real. So I'm going to call people on it. I'll keep it real here. But thanks for hanging in. But yeah, it's when you open up Twitter and you start scrolling through, it's like, you know, there's not a lot going on right now in the crypto world. We will talk about other financial related stuff. And yeah, Maramala, how about that, right? 10 days left for X money. 10 days left. What does that look like? What does that look like? It still says launching in 2025. Look at there. It still says launching in 2025. Now, you could, right? You could say, well, Elon said it launched internally, right? So he took care of that. It launched. Yeah, sure. 1232. Of course, Christoph. Yeah. 1232. Yeah. Right. I think 5 was a typo. You guys. I mean, that's what it is. So we will continue to watch, right? And every live stream, we check in on the X Money account and just say, yep, not yet, not yet. So Link's like, it's just a little dip. The pump is coming, right? The pump is coming. Well, he's wearing his McDonald's uniform to bed, right? Because, like, what else can you do, right? What else can you do? It's just like, yeah, it's just a little dip. The pump is coming. Oh. And then we got those that are like, I'll buy hype sub $20, right? As hype has dropped to like 24 now, so it's getting close. But I know there's a lot of I don't even want to call them Dogecoin fans or Dogecoin holders because they're very negative about Dogecoin, and all they say is, "Oh, I'll buy in when it goes down to 5 cents." Well, we know what happened with Dogecoin, right? Now I go to the 4-hour chart and I zoom out. Let me auto here. Because we go all the way back to when Doge was up here in like 21 cents. It's like, I'll buy Doge when it goes below 20. So it drops below 20. Doesn't buy, right? And we got Dogecoin up here at 18 cents. Oh, I'll buy at 15 cents. Well, it goes down to 15 cents. It still doesn't buy, right? Well, I'll buy at 12 cents. Well, guess what? We actually did hit 12 cents here. We did hit 12 cents at the end of last week. And now it's like, no, 5 cents. I'm going to buy it 5 cents. It's just like, are you ever going to buy? Are you ever going to buy? So we got that going on. We're trying to hold on to the brown box here. It's just right there holding on. We got Bitcoin, right? Holding on to the bottom of the brown box. We got ETH. Oh, just under the brown box here. That's $3,000 ETH, though. That is support for ETH. And it is flipped to resistance right now for ETH. ETH is like bumping its head up here on that $3,000 mark, which is the bottom of its brown box. So that's what we got going on. But yeah, it's like, are we ever, right? It's like, I'm going to load the truck up. I'm going to back the truck up and load up on Doge. And like every time it's gone down lower, yeah, they drop their price. Are they ever going to buy any Doge? Global liquidity is pushing higher. Global liquidity, right? Crypto should follow. Really? Because Tom Crown's like, yeah, it's going the other way, guys. Tom's like, where are the M2 boys at? Right? It was all, no, M2 is supposed to like be the forecaster for Bitcoin. Yeah, not so much. The divergence has happened and it's getting deeper. Why is that? Well, money isn't flowing into Bitcoin or crypto right now. It's chasing gold and silver and the stocks. It's not coming. This is where we are. It's not coming. If it drops to a penny or below, I might buy 10 million. Right there you go. 10 million Doge. You know, I might buy 10 million too if it got that low, but I don't think it's going to. But I get it, right? I get it. So yeah, this is what we got. All for the past year, it's been M2 money supply, M2 money supply, M2 money supply, and then, oh yeah, not so good of a chart anymore, is it? Not so good at the chart. Are we going to get a recovery? Well, according to Kalshi, the odds that Bitcoin is going to reach 100,000 again this year, it's down to 11%. So, yeah, in the next 10 days, Bitcoin is not going to see 100,000 in its price. The bettors are all like, they're pretty much 90% sure that's not going to happen. Meanwhile, we got James Nguyen, who was like the biggest bear over the past number of weeks. Well, now he's saying a short squeeze is coming. with Bitcoin going up to 92 or 97. So he's got a $36,355 trade with 40x leverage. 40x leverage. The position value is $1.4 million. He's longing Bitcoin. So interesting that he's turned around. Why would James win? I guess he thinks there's going to be a relief rally, right? I've been calling for relief rally. Maybe James Wynn thinks, yep, we're going to have a relief rally. Now, 92 to 97, that's a broad range, but I mean, we're at 88 now, so we'll see. I mean, he's been wrong more than he's right, but we'll be watching what happens with his trade here. A lot of people following it. And here's that address if you want to follow along. There's the address right there. It's an OX wallet. There it is right there for Mr. James Wynn. So we'll see what happens with that. Mr. Crypto says, look, the sentiment is absolutely crushed here. What most don't understand is this tends to be a bottom signal. A rally is closer than you think. But is it? Right now, there's absolutely nothing that says Bitcoin's going to take off. In the short term, there's nothing there. I'm sorry. There's nothing. The sentiment is down. Nothing coming up. Santa? Yeah, you can bet on Santa, right? For the Christmas rally. Santa. The Santa rally. Come on. Hey, if we're praying for Santa Claus, man, we're in trouble, right? We are in trouble. The Santa rally. We're down in extreme fear again on the fear and greed index. I mean, you can look at all of the things that happened in the past, right? That caused Bitcoin to collapse. We had the COVID. He just calls this one in 2021 summer, but it was really Elon and Tesla stopping the acceptance of Bitcoin for cars. That's what crashed. It was right after May 8th and the whole Dogecoin Saturday Night Live thing when Doge was getting shorted. So Doge was dropping, which was pulling down all the ETH, all of the alts, and then Elon dropped the bomb on Bitcoin and the Chinese mining ban again, but that's like every year, like all of that hit. So that's what that was. This is the summer thing's incorrect. We had the Terra Luna crash, which went along with Voyager and Celsius and all that. FTX, right? That got us to the bottom of the Bitcoin bear market near the end of 2022. So as we've been climbing back up with Bitcoin, we had the yen carry trade crash, right? Remember that? Summer of 2024. Well, now we've got the whole Bank of Japan thing, right? Raising interest rates. The yen carry trade is now gone. We had the whole tariffs earlier this year, right? That's what killed the beginning of 2025 when we're supposed to be in the middle of a bull cycle. And we had the Trump token, right? That sucked out all that liquidity, right? Out of the alts, especially the memes. Like all that happened. Nice recovery from Bitcoin. Bitcoin hit a new all-time high early October. But the pullback from there, I mean, I blame, of course, CZ and Binance, for that whole flash crash on October 10th. But there's no sentiment to cause this to turn around yet. I think the whole market, the whole crypto market is still in shock. And that's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to turn around here. And you can clip this. Clip this. StreamYard, you can clip that. I'm doing shorts now. If you hadn't noticed on YouTube, it's a little thing that StreamYard has is you can just, once you end your live stream, it'll go through and it'll find clips for it. So I'm gonna do some shorts on YouTube. They don't get a lot of views, but try and get some new people coming in. We'll see. Weimar is not an altcoin seasoned believer, but this looks way too obvious. Am I the only one seeing this? Altcoins, and this is the others. It's just not, this isn't going to happen. It's not going to bounce and go on a crazy run like we had in 2021, unless something happens. I'll talk about in a minute. Unless something happens. But until then, we're just stuck with the whole crypto market just sitting down. Trader Allen says, hey, let's look at Dogecoin, right? On the monthly, let's look at Dogecoin. We had the big run back in November into early December 2024. And then we've pulled back thanks to Trump and all of that crap. And then we've gone lower because of the flash crash on October 10th. So that long-term support now goes all the way back to early 2021. Is this support? Right now, Dogecoin is sort of like, it seems to have bottomed here in the 12s, and we'll see whether this becomes the bottom of this brown box, does indeed become the support for Dogecoin. So that's what our good friend Trader Allen's been looking at here in his latest. Meanwhile, Dogecoin forms a bullish pattern not seen since 2021. Analysts eye $1.10. So we can talk about all of that, right? Technical analysts. We can talk about stabilization. Bearish momentum weakens. There it is. The title of today's live stream. Bearish momentum weakens. YouTube shorts, guys. I'm not shorting the market. You guys. Oh. Dogecoin has endured significant selling pressure in recent trading sessions, but market dynamics appear to be shifting. The popular meme currency dropped from higher levels, triggered widespread liquidations among short-term holders. However, price action now displays characteristics of stabilization rather than continued deterioration. So that sounds pretty good. I like that. I like that. Multiple analysts tracking Doge across various timeframes have identified emerging technical signals that suggest bearish momentum may be weakening. Doge faces critical resistance levels ahead, but the selling intensity that dominated recent sessions appears to be diminishing. We've got Crypto Tony saying, a long is much more appealing to me if we can reclaim 12.8 cents into support. So it appears to be happening. We have retested 12.8 as support. That happened here this morning. Retested 12.8 as support, moved higher, and we're now trying to stay above 13, the bottom again of my brown box. So that's looking good. That's looking good. And then we've got Trader Allen on another post he had yesterday or a few days ago, was this bullish divergence with the RSI. Now the RSI, it can keep going down. And in a bear market, that does happen. And the problem is his arrow here, right? The bullish divergence, one of these would actually be up and the other down, and that's not the case. RSI is down, price is down. That's a sign of a bear market to me. So we're stuck there. We're stuck. And then we've got like Pepe and Sheeb and Doge and meme giants fight for attention. Well, that's the thing, right? It's like now Doge is just getting lumped in with all those other meme tokens because there's nothing going on. Now we do have Doge OS, which is going to launch in January. Sheeb doesn't have that. Pepe doesn't have that. So that'll be fun. But that's next month. That's next month. But Jordan is like, look, Dogecoin is going to save the market. Just watch. Jordan Jefferson is the CEO of Doge OS, MyDoge wallet, all of that. And he's like, look, Dogecoin is going to save this market. And not only with Doge OS and its utility, but maybe even X money. This is why I think it's Dogecoin that is going to lead a relief rally. It's Doge. It did it in 2021. We can do it again. So that's where I am right now. Am I bearish on the overall market right now? Yes, but I do believe this recent bearish momentum is weakening. I believe we're finding some short-term support going into the holiday because the trading is just going to like go even lower than it is now. If you saw my post on X last night, I've been posting a lot recently. But if you saw my post last night, you saw this, right? This is where we were. I turned on the Bollinger Bands and it was like, man, the trading is just flattening out, right? On the Bollinger Bands. They're getting tight, really, really tight. The volume is like nothing. There's like no volume. There's no volume, right? No volume. Quite the boring Saturday. Probably mostly bots, right? The Doge bots. Because that's all that's happening. There's no real buying and selling going on. So you get the bots, right, doing their thing. That's it. That's what we got. That's what we got. So anyway, 13-cent Doge as we're here on a Sunday evening. Tonight, once the futures stocks open up, it'll be interesting to see if we start getting some movement in crypto. So we'll be watching that. But I mean, short term, it's pretty flat. I mean, you zoom in, you start to see some movement, but it's pretty flat. So that's where we are. BTC ripped when? Fly on CBS? Fly won CBS? My biggest worry the last week was that the Bank of Japan would cause a crash down to 70K for Bitcoin. But it didn't happen. Now, there are some saying that the reaction is actually slower and not immediate because we kind of front ran that with the price of Bitcoin and crypto dropping before that actual Thursday night, Friday morning in Japan announcement. Kind of knew that was going to happen already. So there was that. The Doge whales are waiting. They want to scoop up low Doge, 9 cents, 8 cents. How low is it going to go? Everything said Bitcoin was going to the moon and it didn't. So now that nothing shows a Bitcoin run, it's got to run right. Yeah, there's a lot of people saying that, right? You get the sentiment down. You got like crypto Twitter's gone. YouTube here. I mean, I appreciate everybody here, but normally I would have twice as many here on a slow Sunday. But so thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, like all that stuff. But this is what we got. This is what we got. So you watching for the trolls there, Christoph? A super cycle is incoming. Right, Dogecoin will lead the next alt rally, confirmed. I guess I should tweet that, right? Dogecoin will lead the next alt rally. It is confirmed. Clip that. StreamYard, clip that. Chris is sometimes shorting his temper. The stream gets more fun then. Only when I get annoyed. I have no reason to be annoyed today. I don't know. It's just like, whatever. Santa, Grinch, Bulls, Bears, stocks, crypto. It's all different. The only thing they have in common is the emotions. And it's best not to be emotional when you're trading. The U.S. seized a third oil tanker now? Really? Why not, right? Trump is going after that free oil. It's like, yep. Hey, happy-go-lucky. How are you? ADA is going to go back to 25 cents. We looked at that a couple weeks ago. I did a fib test on it, and it was like, yeah, back to 25. It's at 36 now. And if you scroll back enough, you'll see that 25 was a dip that happened back here. So this was, what is this? You can't even see the green circle. Sorry, I'll take your note away right here, right above my head. That's right there. 25 cent Cardano right there. That was September 2023. 25 cent Cardano right there. That is major support. We have got a shorter term support up here at like, I guess the dip here is about 30 cents, but 25 is this green circle here. So, so that's my bear market level for ADA. Crazy, this run back up over $1. Of course, it didn't even come close to 2021 prices, but then my theory about 2021 and all those alts totally overbought, totally hyped up, overhyped. And for a lot of them, there were a lot less tokens in circulation than there are now, like Solana and Algorand and a bunch of others that have just been minting new tokens over the years. So there's a lot more tokens in circulation now. So then you have to look at the market cap instead of the actual price to compare it to 2021. And that does apply to Dogecoin as well. But that's another story for another time. But yeah, it's a crazy chart, isn't it, for Cardano? I mean, look at this huge run that Cardano went on last November. And then it just dropped and dropped and dropped and dropped. We had this double bottom here before October 10th. That was April and July, right? We called out that double bottom, classic double bottom, moved back up and hit $1. It was like, okay, we're back. Well, October 10th just ruined that. So yeah, that's actually a good chart to look at in terms of like what happened over the past year in crypto for alts. The Cardano chart is a good one for that. Thanks for the question. Hey, Gene. You had to go to a graduation? Was it your graduation? Well, congratulations if it was yours. But that's okay. We all got stuff to do. I get it. We all got stuff to do. Femeni, being on the sidelines is interesting. You just watch the price poised for entry rather than the stress about trying to average down an underwater position. My buys are programmed for 11.4 and 10.5. I did, for those who follow me on X, I did start some of my tax loss harvesting. I sold my VTHOR tokens that I had left. So VTHOR is one of those that I've talked about before. It's kind of like that Megal stock, like out of the blue, it's going to go crazy. And I've talked about that before. Well, last night it did. It went up 30%. I was like, whoa, okay, it's time. Now, I still lost 50% on the VTHOR tokens. That was my average that I had from like a couple years ago. I had 00. It was actually even worse. I think my average was 00025 or 003, something like that. Yeah, 0025. And it's down here at 0008. But it jumped 30% last night. And so I sold right a little over 001. I think the average was 00108 for my sales right there. But I sold because, I mean, that 30% was like, okay, that's a good run. I'll take that, even though I'm down overall, because I had so much profit back in January of all the other crypto that I sold. I can sell this for a loss, not as deep as a loss as if I sold yesterday, but still for a loss. And that loss will offset some of my crypto gains, lowering my my capital gains tax. So I did that on VTHOR token. It looks like it's still bouncing around here, VTHOR token. But yeah, I always let you guys know when I buy and sell stuff. But I'm not buying, just like Fedimani's not buying right now, just sitting on the sidelines waiting. But I am looking at selling some underwater positions by the end of the year. Bonk, Pengu, I'm going to sell. Pepe, I'm going to sell. And then we'll see what happens over the next 6 months on what I buy back in on or not. But I just need to lower my tax exposure for the 2025 calendar season. Am I watching the Patriots game tonight? Of course. Of course. Should be a good game. A lot of people predicting Baltimore to win. Don't think the Patriots can do it in the cold on the road, but you never know. We got a lot of defensive players that are out for the Patriots, so that's not good. And the Ravens have a really good defense, so I'm expecting a low-scoring game. We'll see how it goes. The Polish troll hunter, Seabass. What's my opinion about BMNR? BMNR? What is that? I have no idea. Is that I don't know that acronym. BMNR. See, I gotta BMNR. Oh, Bitmine. Got it. Yeah, old Tom Lee. Okay, got it. I don't know that by BMNR. So here's my take on Tom Lee. And I just go back to X here. In public, Tom Lee is predicting Bitcoin to reach $200,000 in January 2026. Right? So that's what Tom Lee's saying. And he still thinks ETH is going to like 10,000. However, Tom Lee's fund strat and private crypto group is bearish for 2026. In a recent note, the fund warned of a major crypto correction, expecting Bitcoin between 60 and 65, ETH from 1,800 to 2,000, Solana from $50 to $75. And I say, well, I guess you can't be wrong if you predict it both ways. So in the public, all you see is, oh yeah, $200,000 Bitcoin by the end of January, $1 million by 2030, like no problem. But in his private groups, he's like, guys, it's actually going down. It's like, what the hell? So this guy, I mean, his exposure to ETH is huge right now. So I think in public, it's a lot of hopium. So I don't believe his price predictions at all. I think it's hopium on his part because he wants it to go up because he's got so much invested in it. But right now, the market's not looking so good. Now, are we bottoming here? Is ETH going to just stay around at 3,000 here? Bitcoin at 88K and Doge at 13 cents. That's kind of where the levels are of those three cryptos that I'm mostly watching. I mean, we'll see. But yeah, I don't know anything about the BMNR stock. I don't watch it at all. I don't even know what the price is. I don't know. But what Tom Lee says, I don't give it much. The Trump token is holding at $5. It went on a little run at the end of last week. I don't know why. SHIB is still, yeah, SHIB is failing poorly here. Much worse than Dogecoin, which we can see on the SHIB Doge trading pair, right? It just took a nosedive over the past 2 weeks. This is SHIB versus Doge. And again, over the past 2 weeks, that relationship is down almost 9%. So yeah, SHIB is not showing bearish momentum weakening. SHIB is full bear. Full bear. I read now about X money. Everything is running perfect. Yeah, I've heard that too. The beta internal, everything's working. Gotta love it. And let's expect either a stealth December drop or a full January rollout. When it opens to the public, X money won't just move cash. I don't know about that, Marimello. I think it's really just going to be all fiat to start with. And just the United States. Oh, did the Broncos dismiss a field goal? That's too bad. Aw. It's a long game. It just started, so I was kind of hoping the Cleveland Browns would upset the Bills, but that didn't happen. Bills gave it a good effort. Next money coming after Christmas or on Christmas. Oh, on Christmas. I might have to do a Christmas live stream if that happened. You want the Broncos to win? I don't. Kronos was pondering on what to do with his SHIB. Yeah, I've got a little bit of SHIB left. That's in this my KrissPax DCA portfolio. It's all the SHIB I have left. My other SHIB I sold for a profit. But this SHIB here, I mean, I still almost have $20,000 in this thing. I only spent $10,000, and it's still doubled in price. But yeah, SHIB is now down 12% in this portfolio. Stacks is down 85%. Stacks. Whose stupid idea was it to buy Stacks? Oh, mine. Yeah. And then SWE down 15. So I'm going to sell these three in the next week and just take the L on that. Stacks losing $1,300. Lose 37 on SWE, lose 71. So that's about $1,500. I'll take the hit on those. Again, tax loss harvesting. Everything else is in the green. Bitcoin, XRP. Doge, still up 110% on the Doge. So that's that portfolio. That's not my overall portfolio. That's just the YouTube portfolio. SHIB. Hey, Ryan. SHIB. Yep, the poop token is correct. The poop token. Yeah, Pepe, I still own some Pepe. But man, Pepe just got creamed. It's under 4 again. And not good. Not good for Pepe. So yeah, I'd like to see a little pump. I'd like to see a little pump and then sell on that pump. So I'm waiting to see what happens. If it just goes lower, it goes lower. Nothing I can do about that. But Orbs is tired. Guys, we got to wake up, Christoph. Wake up! Does your dog come over and lick your face? Like, wake you up? We got the pinger going off. What's going on here? ETH. It was an ETH short, 29.84. Yeah, not too much going on there. Yeah, all these it's really not, it's all in light and beat. So yeah, whatever this light token is, it's over $1 and it's taken off. I don't even know what this is. Light. BitLight Labs. BitLight Labs. Oh, it's dumping. Look at that. Well, that's what's happening. It's going the other way. What the heck? There's quite a battle going on with this BitLight token right now. It's down 75% on the day. Wow. So there's a pump and dump if you ever saw one right there, right? Look at that. Look at that pump and dump. That's the light token. See, this is what happens, right? If you chase something that's moving, going up 2x, 3x, you chase it, and then it dumps. Wow. Well, at least something's moving today, right? Not what you want. You don't want to see that. Wow. The dancing Doge. Besides the crypto, the Bears are also doing pretty good. Oh, yeah, Chicago Bears. Yeah, I didn't get to watch the game because my stupid Verizon Fios was protesting against Cox Media, but charging too much for their channels. I didn't know Fox was Cox Media, but whatever. So I didn't get to see the game. I saw the highlights, but I already know who won, so. I sold my Doge on Friday for 12.8, just had enough of the pump and dumps. And of course, as soon as I do, it goes up and looks stable. Well, Benny, that's how it goes. I mean, it could be back down to 11, by the end of Monday or Tuesday. You don't know. But right now, I'm kind of looking at this being a support line right here. Yep, dip below on Thursday and then back up. And over the weekend, it's held. So we're maintaining the weakening of the bearish momentum and seeing whether this will stabilize and hold here. CRR. But yeah, I've been on a roll on X lately, if you guys aren't following me over here, because here's what my TV said on the Fox channel last night. This is what it said. Like, your Fios TV is working, but this channel is temporarily unavailable. Its owner, Cox Media Group. Now this is Fox. Its owner, Cox Media Group, is demanding an excessive and unreasonable rate increase, a cost we refuse to pass along to you. It's like, you guys are making so much money. What? Just show me the football game. Just show me the football game, damn it. So yeah, this is what I saw. My view of the Chicago Bears game was this. We appreciate your patience as we continue to negotiate reasonable pricing on your behalf. It's like, get out of here. Get out of here. Yeah, so I've been posting a lot on X, so do follow me over here. Elon Musk is now worth $749 billion. Do you know his net worth is like 3 times as much as the second richest person in the world now? It's 3 times Jeff Bezos. The first 700 billionaire, Elon Musk. You take the next 3 richest people and add their net worths all together, and you don't reach Elon Musk. He's worth more. Anyway, so yeah, I post on over here on X. So check me out. I am at KrissPax. Yeah. How long until Elon's a trillionaire, right? There's got to be a poly market on that now, right? You think? Think that's a poly market? I'll bet it is. I'll bet somebody started this. Elon Musk, trillionaire. Elon Musk, trillionaire before 2027. Will Elon Musk be a trillionaire before 2027? 55% chance. Yep. So 55% chance Elon's going to hit $1 trillion net worth by the end of December 2026. I knew there had to be a poly market on that, right? You know, Warbs, I would take a billionaire. I'm not going to be greedy. I'm not going to be greedy. I'll just take the billionaire. I don't need to be a trillionaire. Not greedy. Not greedy. I'm thinking this right now. Musk said it'll be an all-in-one app. Phase 1 is a Visa. Phase 2 is a crypto. Phase 3, Dogecoins. Phase 2 is stable coins. And then phase 3 is Doge. You know, I wonder how stable coins actually work internationally. I mean, that's really what a lot of the phases are going to be US, because it's going to be US only when it launches. And then what is the phase that gets you to be international? What do you have to do? Because right now, if it's all US, it's all based on the US dollar, fiat, right? And then you don't have to worry about like the exchange rates for other currencies. But Visa does that because Visa is accepted all over the world. So they're able to deal with exchange rates. But it'd just be so much easier if it was just all Dogecoin, right? 1 Doge equals 1 Doge. Doesn't matter where you are in the world. Who cares? It's just Doge. It just makes so much sense. But once you're in bed with Visa, you're probably stuck with them. I'll just take 100K and go pay off my debts. Don't need anything else. That'd be nice, right? Just do that. Chazrat, how are you? You took a break from looking at Dogecoin. Probably should pull back and look at the big picture. Maybe a top up. Yeah, I'm kind of looking towards the summer of 2026, like late summer. If following 4-year cycles, that would be a time to look at rebuying in. But yeah, if we zoom out, think I should just go to the 1 month. And maybe use a different one that doesn't have all my junk over it. Let me do that. Yeah, like this. So this is the Doge chart, right? So you get this, like, you know, the crazy 2021 thing, right? You get that. And then you get last November, right? And then the pullback. I mean, those are really the two big events in Dogecoin. You had the early 2024 pump, and then you had the Elon buying Twitter pump, right? So you get those two little pumps. And that's about it for Doge. It's had like those 4 moves, and that's it. What would the next move look like? Doge really doesn't do well with just slow and steady recovery. I mean, it kind of did that here, you know, from April up through, well, really the beginning of October until the flash crash happened. But, oops. But this move here is looking very similar, like this move. It's looking kind of similar to like some of this action here, where we could go lower. So I don't know. It's a tough one to figure out, especially with Doge, when Dogecoin has the ability to just go on a run at any time because of some catalyst about Dogecoin. Like if X Money launches, we're at least going to have that, right? Which is the doubling in price. We're at least going to have that. If not something bigger like this, right? It's going to get some momentum and continue on for a couple months. But at this point, that would only get us to like 30 cents or so. But hey, 30 is better than 12, right? So anyway, that's what I'm thinking. But right now it's looking bearish. We may get a relief rally. Again, we may see instead this move where we get a little relief rally up to like 20 cents and then we go lower. And that's what I'm looking for, is that. Because I think there's more of a chance that happens. Now, X Money's coming. What kind of pump will we get? That's why I'm not selling the Dogecoin I have. Because I don't want to miss out if that big run to 30 cents does happen. Here, so let's make this one green, and we'll make this one red. Make it the bull case and the bear case, right? That's what those are. Can Doge reach $3? Well, every time I see a question like this, Enver, I'm always like, well, let's see $1 first, because that's going to be hard. So I can't even think about $3. Does it make sense? Sure, it makes sense. You go to crypto market cap and you look at Dogecoin and you say, hey, if Dogecoin was $3, it would be a $450 billion market cap. So it's not even close to Bitcoin, which is at 1.7 trillion. So yeah, that makes sense. So theoretically, Dogecoin at $3, I mean, it doesn't blow like the whole market cap out of the water, like if you said SHIB to $3, right? Which is just ridiculous because there's so many freaking SHIB tokens. But it can't even get to $1 first. So that's how I answer that. Eventually. I'm curious to see how much higher the next bull run is going to bring Dogecoin. I am curious too. I will be here. I'm not going anywhere. Right? I've been in this a long time now. I'm just like, I'm not stopping. How nice will it be if you can send money to X user A, to X user B? Yeah, and what the fees are. What are the fees going to be to move that money? Because somebody posted about Bitcoin, right? About Merlin the Trader had this quote from Eric Trump, where Eric was saying, hey, on a Sunday night with Bitcoin, you can move $500 million with almost no fees. And I'm like, well, yeah, you can, but you can also move $500 million worth of Dogecoin on a Sunday night, and you'll actually pay much less in fees than Bitcoin. And if transferring wallet to wallet, the Doge move will take less than a minute, while Bitcoin takes up to like 10 minutes. So you get faster, you get cheaper to move $500 million worth of Dogecoin than Bitcoin. And even Elon Musk said that Dogecoin is a better transactional currency than Bitcoin. Clip that. Clip that, Streamlab. Or StreamYard. You got to clip that. That was a good one. We'll see if that becomes a short. He said clip it. They clip it, it makes a clip. We'll see if they're smart enough to get that. That'll be my tomorrow short. Mm-mm-mm. 5-cent Doge is most probable. See, that was the bottom of the 2022 bear market, was 5-cent Doge. You would think that the bottom of 2026 would not go that low. I'm saying 9.5. So I made a prediction on that. And you'll see, again, my 2026 Dogecoin price prediction video in 10 days. I'll be making that. Then we will buy again and go to the moon. Hey, Chuck, how are you? We'll rewatch, hashtag rewatch a little later. Hodl your Doge, like the stream. Thank you. Yeah, I agree with that. But Eric Trump, well, he'll just say Bitcoin. He won't say Dogecoin. People will laugh at him. The only problem is, ever since Eric Trump entered the crypto space, let's say when his father became president, the crypto market has done nothing but go down. He was saying buy ETH up over at like $4,000. It was like, yeah, no, that didn't work out so well. Didn't work out so well. Yep, short everything tomorrow. Kriss is going to do a short. Kriss is going to do a short. Oh. Well, we'll see if we'll see whether the StreamYard clip actually makes that one of the clips. Because I don't want to do it myself. I don't want to go and download the whole live stream and then find that part of the live stream. And I could, but they automatically do all the text and all that. Just would be so much easier. But they said if you say clip it, it'll clip it. So I'm like, okay, let's see whether that happens. That's another part of 2026. The Doge 1 launch is supposed to happen. We'll talk about that too. Super easy with OBS. Yeah, but OBS doesn't do this with the with these comments. I like to interact with my audience and put all the comments up, which is really easy to do with StreamYard. So I use StreamYard. Of course, when StreamYard was down for a few days, I had to use OBS, which I have as a backup just in case. But I like the StreamYard. StreamYard has a bunch of fun stuff on it. It has all my little clips on it and all my dances and all that stuff. You know, like if I wanted to talk about what Charlie Munger said about Bitcoin.
Bitcoin is worthless artificial gold.
See, like all of that. That's all built. I have all of that built in here on StreamYard. And so I stay here. I stay here.
Dogecoin is my sort of favorite cryptocurrency.
See, you get the Elon Musk saying Dogecoin, my favorite cryptocurrency, right? Just have to remind people about that. So yeah, that's why I like StreamYard. Yeah. The problem is though, Christoph, is it costs. You've got to pay for StreamYard. You can do the free version, but the free version is going to have the StreamYard logo up here in the corner, and you can't get rid of it. And it has limited functionality. You can run a stream with StreamYard for free, but it's limited. You don't get to do all the extras. So I pay for this. I write it off as a business expense. It's fun, you know, but it does all the things I want to do in a live stream. So I like it. I know, fiddlesticks. I know. It costs. But if you're monetized on YouTube and right, then you're running a business, making money, StreamYard makes sense. So yeah, I pay for it. You thought that was an ad? No, I have all these little clips here. I have all these fun little clips. Ryan likes to remind me every once in a while about all my clips.
You know what? I'm in.
Tom Brady's in.
Taking Dogecoin to the moon.
All the little clips. Got a bunch of them. Doge 1, yep, the CubeSat. And Geometric Energy is the one who screwed it up last year. SpaceX had their Falcon 9 rocket ready to go. And Geometric and their third party just didn't get their act together. So it wasn't Elon's fault. The Doge 1 didn't happen. It had nothing to do with SpaceX. It was Geometric and their third party. They're the ones who messed it up. We have more time to accumulate Doge, right? So again, summer 2026. That's what I'm looking at. Yeah, that's the thing about YouTube, Christoph, is you got to grind away for free for a little while. Build up an audience. And then you get there. And then you get there. I find myself beaching and complaining about Doge, but I still buy small amounts on dips. And you're now a bear. I know. I'm just like, again, I've been a bear since the beginning of November. Again, we had the flash crash on October 10th, but it took me a few weeks, right, to see what the market was going to do following that. And you guys saw me every day. I was here and I was like, I don't know what's going to happen now. I don't know. I don't know. Many were already calling bear market and I was not convinced yet. But yeah, by the first week of November, it was like, yeah, that's what we got. And I hate to call that. I want Doge to go up. I want us all to be rich. But it's just not what was happening. So you saw Falcon 9 in the sky at night in your backyard? Yeah, imagine if that was super heavy, right? That's even bigger. The super heavy. Two Bitcoin at 50K. or 1,000,000 Doge? 5, 10 cents? 50K or 1? I'm not quite sure, Romario, what you mean. 10 cents. 1,000,000 Doge at 10 cents or 2 Bitcoin at 50K? That's a good question. Can I weasel out and say half and half? Can I do halvesies? I'll take 1 Bitcoin at 50K and 500,000 Doge at 10 cents. Balance my portfolio between them. That's what I would do. It's not the answer you wanted. But that's what I would do. Do both. Yeah, I would do both. Clip that. Clip that, StreamYard. That's a good one. You can only choose one, and it's before the beginning of the bull run and the halving. Let's say it's before there is an X money, I would buy Doge. If Doge has already launched X money, and then for some inexplicable reason, it goes all the way down to 10 cents. May have to be Bitcoin. Warbs, getting sick. Ryan's looking at it. You won't. Warb says, I'm buying more Doge. Nope. Yeah, guys. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, Danny, you can feel it building, right? This whole Venezuela stuff going on. Ukraine, Russia isn't ending anytime soon. A lot of posturing from Putin about Europe. Yeah, it's not good. Not good. And of course, there'll be something else that'll just come out of the blue. I mean, the whole Venezuela thing came out of the blue. I didn't think we were involved down there at all. And all of a sudden, we're like the Venezuelan police or something. Crazy. I get what Trump's trying to do, but man. More like the world police with the sanctioned oil and why they're taking over oil tankers. I mean, that was crazy watching that video of those helicopters landing or at least hovering above those tankers and U.S. personnel dropping down onto the oil tanker and then seizing it. It's like, wow, I didn't think we still did stuff like that. So yeah, that's not good. For those just coming in, if you didn't know, on VThor token, I did sell last night. VThor token went on a 30% run here. And it was one that I was still holding, albeit in a loss, but I did sell. And this is the first move of my tax loss harvesting that I'm doing here at the end of 2025, selling cryptos that I still hold that are in a loss. And I was hoping for a pump like Bonk and Pengu and Pepe to all go on a little pump here, and then I'll sell at least higher than today's prices. And VThor did its last night. I had about like 1.5 million of these, so I don't know what that was, about $5,000. I don't even remember what the total number was, but anyway, that so I made that move and I posted that on X. So yeah, I'm looking to sell my other cryptos that I'm in the red on before the end of the year, just to reduce my tax liability, capital gains on all the stuff that I sold back in January, which was all profit. So I'm doing that. But I'm not looking just to buy anything on dips right now because I'm a bear and I just think we're going to be lower in 2026. So no, you can talk about the Roblox stock around town. That's all right. You can talk about that. It's weird that Roblox wants to get in on these prediction markets things. I mean, you really want kids like getting into prediction markets about games and learning about that, and you using your Robux to bet on outcomes of certain things happening within the game. Just like, really? You want to do that? Apparently that's coming. It's weird. It's very weird. Prediction markets for a game within the game using your Robux. That's bizarre. I mean, we're all doomed, right? You're going to have all the kids gambling. 13, they're going to become Robux gamblers. And then when they get real money, what are they going to do? They're going to start betting. What a joke. What a joke. But yeah, just one of those things where this world's going to. Even some of the smaller sports betting apps now want to get out of that business and go into prediction market business because it's not regulated the same way. Because the sports betting is all regulated in like by the gambling, whatever it is. But prediction markets, yeah, there's no regulation. You can do whatever you want. So that's why you see prediction markets popping up everywhere, like in Robinhood, right? And Coinbase is going to do it. And just like, God. So your Roblox stock, you got it low in April. And you sold the top. And then there's all these lawsuits. Yeah, best to get out of it. Probably. Hey, you made money on it, right? Take the profit. Like I made all this money on like DJT stock over a year ago before Trump got elected. And I'll think I'll never buy that stock again. I made some money on it, got my profit. Thank you very much. Move on. Right? You just move on now. You don't even think about it anymore. There's lots of stocks to buy. Go find something else. That's the mentality I have. I made money on MicroStrategy. Never going to buy it again. Too much risk. Not buying it. Yeah, I'm out. I get it. Yep. Lots of good stocks. I bought Carnival Cruise Lines last month. CCL, Carnival Cruise Lines, because it's been way down. And I was like, this looks like it has possibility. And now I'm up like 20%, 25%. So now about 20%. And they just launched dividends again. They're giving away dividends. That's last week. That's why it went on a little pump. And buy Megal at $1.17. Chuck, I wish I had more Megal, more money to buy Megal right now. It's going to go on a run. It's going to go on a run for those who don't see the chat. Megal. It's just this little Chinese shit stock that I swing trade. I'm in at $1.30 though. And I didn't sell the week before last when it hit 159. I didn't sell. I saw it and I was like, maybe it goes up a little more. And it didn't. I was just like, that's when you get a little too greedy. But hey, there are opportunities. I've made a lot of money on Megal over the past year, 2 years. We got a little green candle here pumping up. We'll see whether this actually turns into something. Took out some shorts. ETH short, $111,000. Another one at $495,000 ETH shorts. So yep, they're light is dropping more. Yeah. Maybe we're going to have a little bull run fake out before the dip tonight. We see that a lot, right? You see a little Sunday evening run and you think, oh, Sunday evening, it's going to take off, and then it dumps. It's like that kind of thing happens. The green candle is happening because I'm drinking Theraflu. Yeah, between your work and your health, Christoph, right? Between your work and your health, the markets just keep moving up and down. Oh, this is based on Santa Claus. The Santa rally is going to start. Got it. Maybe it's because the Pax Cat is here. Pax Cat? Hey, there you are. We got a cat. The Pax Cat. Hey, everybody. Woo. Hi. You came to say hi, huh? Hi. For those that haven't been here before, cat. It's the Pax Cat making an appearance. Making an appearance. Hey, buddy. Hi. And of course, a couple reminders. First, merch store, right? The merch store. Now, you're probably not going to get delivery in time for Christmas now, but I've shown this before that I do have Dogecoin and Bitcoin merch in my merch store. Mugs, hats, t-shirts, hoodies, like all kinds of things. But maybe you can maybe get some cash, right? And use your cash to buy merch from the merch store. Link is in the description below. It's just for fun. It's just for fun. I don't make hardly anything off of anything that sells there. It's just like, I just provide it for, because where else are you going to buy something like this, right? Where else are you going to buy something like this? You can't go to a store and get this. So it's nice solid mug. But yeah, hats, t-shirts, all kinds of things there. So check that out. And then also, I think it's on the last day of, let me go back to my screen here. And it is the last day of the Ledger sale. If you want a hardware wallet, they call them Ledger signers, but there are deals going on here. If you want a Ledger, my Ledger is this one. And this is the, let me get my thing straight here. This is the Nano S Plus. This is the one I use. Right there. And it's on sale for $59, plus you get $10 of Bitcoin. If you want the Ledger Nano X, it's 50% off, $74 for a Nano X. The Ledger Flex, $249, but you get $70 worth of Bitcoin. And the Ledger Stacks at $399, you get $80 of Bitcoin. And it's basically a card that comes in the box. Like you'll get your Ledger in a box like this. Like this is my, show you what I get here. You get this box. And then within the box, you get a little card that's in the box once you open it up. And the card tells you what to do to get the Bitcoin. You basically have to, it takes you to a website and you put your Bitcoin wallet address in the website. And that's how that works. I mean, my ledger was practically free because I did it when Bitcoin was like $17,000 a Bitcoin when I got my ledger. So the free Bitcoin I got, I think it was $10 a Bitcoin. Basically, my ledger was free. Yes, get your ledgers, folks. Don't leave your crypto on the exchange, especially during a bear market, and definitely not on an illegitimate exchange. You don't want to do that. Don't want to do that. My daughters would love the coffee cups. Yeah, there's a lot of great designs. Again, in the merch store is in the description. You click on that. And so you can search under accessories and you can go to mugs and drinkware and you can see all the different styles here. It's the Dogecoin mug. Isn't that cool? Anyway, you're not going to find these anywhere else. Even Bitcoin. I know. Ooh, Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin. Some Bitcoin ones. Doge. The Doge symbol. Lots of fun. So I got all this stuff. And then this is this one. So check that out. It's fun stuff. But 7,000 Doge for 18 cents Canadian. What's the exchange rate? Is it like 73? I think that's what last I heard. Not that I keep up on that every day, but right. 18 times 0.73. Yeah, that'd be right. About 13 American cents. Yep. That would be about right. You might buy a hat. You can advertise. Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. Pax cat in the house. Yeah. My buddy, come on. Oh. Hey. Hi. Hi. What you doing, huh? What you doing? Yep. Dogecoin is still a top 10 crypto. Not going anywhere. Neither is this cat now. Somebody? Oh. Yeah. Oh. I know, right? He's purring. Aw. All right, gang, that's what we have for tonight. 13-cent Doge. We will see. Did the bearish momentum actually weaken to a point where we're seeing support? At least for now through the end of the year. We'll be watching that. Hey, I'll be back tomorrow for another live stream. Watch for my shorts. Watch for my other videos. Check me out and follow me on X if you aren't already, where I keep up with other things going on. I'm at KrissPax here on X, so check me out there. I hope everybody has a great Sunday evening. Go Patriots, of course. And we'll see you next time.
Dogecoin, which started as a complete joke, has like skyrocketed to not a joke anymore. It hit an all-time high of almost 10 cents yesterday, but it was so minuscule you wouldn't have understood why you have millions of shares.
Didn't Elon tweet that too?
And arguably, the most entertaining outcome And the most ironic outcome would be that Dogecoin becomes the currency of Earth in the future.